What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another day here in the great US of A, or anywhere else you're joining from. That sounds really patriotic. So, good start to the video there, as always, by me. Um, so, today we're going to update a couple things. One being the scam. If you remember, I don't know how many episodes ago, talked about I thought I was scammed. I was indeed scammed. She was a scammer, very evil person. Do not like her. Nothing but excuses, sob stories, and everything else. So she did make one mistake, and that was she tried to prove to me that she wasn't a scammer. And she did that by inviting me to another group message thing that she had on Facebook. So what I did was I reached out to all those people and said, hey, she's a scammer, blah, blah, blah. Found out I'm not the only one that got scammed. She scammed a lot of people. By the way, she won't talk to me at all now. She won't answer any of my messages. But apparently I was creating drama and all this typical scammer crap. Um, I don't know how people like that live with themselves, but there's plenty of bad people out there. So, anyways, I got two choices. I can either cry over it and all that, or I can learn from it and move on. So that money's gone. I'll never get it back, and learned a lesson. So hey, it could have been $400,000. Could have been a lot more money than it was, is what I'm saying. So, didn't bankrupt my company. Still sucks, yeah, but oh well. So, so that's the update on that. What's gonna happen now? I don't know. I just wanted to make other people aware of what she was doing because I didn't want them to also, fall for the same thing that I fell for. So, yeah, there you go. There's that. Next thing is the 15 a day we're doing. So we're still doing that. And this is not when we started. I don't remember what happened here. I'd have to go back and look at my records because I don't have anything written over here. I do make a note, like when I do something, um, I make a note of it. Like if I run an experiment, like I have a note right down here that says on 12/8, we started doing 15 a day. So I keep good records of, okay, what was going on? What were we doing? Those kinds of things. Because I feel it's important to know as you look at your store what's going on and why. Excuse me. So you can know if you're the reason for the change, like something you did, like listing more or less, or pricing, or sales, or coupons, or whatever. Or is it the time of year? Is it the economy? Did eBay make a change? It's important to know what's going on in your store and why. So, um, yeah, that's why I keep track of that stuff. So you can kind of see, like, we hit this big. Oh, God, I'm trying to remember what I did. I know I did something to cause this run up. And then, things kind of died back down, went on vacation and all that right around in here. And then you can see here, you can see we're on this upward trend. And then as of late, we're on a downward trend. Why? I don't, people could be, okay, Christmas is getting closer. I need to get off my butt and go to the mall and shop rather than I'm online shopping. Um, my guess would be, I don't know. That was a great guess. I was gonna say that I think, excuse me, in the next, like later next week, online sales would pick up. But we're also running into, I believe, this coming Friday, you have to ship FedEx ground, and probably post office is the same way. And then it's like by the 23rd for 2-day express, because then you would get it on Christmas. So yeah, online orders are really going to slow down probably next Friday. Now, here's the other thing, too, to keep in mind. My store is not necessarily a gift store, meaning I sell men's and women's clothes, mostly used clothes. Not really the greatest Christmas gift, maybe for a child, but I don't sell a lot of children's clothes. Um, like maybe 10 I have listed that are boys and girls. Well, maybe a little more than 10, but well, actually, in my second store, no, I probably don't have any. My first store, I probably have 20. But so I don't, the only reason I'd see more traffic and sales this time of year would be just residual. I'm on there buying a toy for my son and I want to go see what clothes they have because I'm already on eBay. Like those kinds of people. Um, I think I would get that residual, but otherwise, no. So excuse me. Um, I'm looking at okay, what's going to happen after Christmas? So when my first store tanked before, it started in late October, early November, and then from there on it just tanked, right? So I'm always curious to see how things go this time of year. I'm not expecting that to happen again, um, but I am curious to see how my store is going to respond after the Christmas rush on eBay. Yesterday, we sold nothing. Didn't sell anything yesterday. Um, we had good traffic, 73,000, right? That's pretty decent. We were higher, as you saw. We were what is that? It's like close to 80, or I'm sorry, over 80, 84,000. Well, no, it's like what, 85 2, 85 3. I'm good at math, real good at math. uh, 86 3, I think is what it is. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So, 80 to 90,000 is about where we've been. So yesterday was slower, and oh my God, it's the curse. Doing a video makes me yawn. I don't know why, unless I'm chewing gum. It's really weird. But today we're up to 28,000. We have sold one item. They just haven't paid yet. So it's gonna be like that. I've for all the years I've been doing eBay, that's one thing I've noticed is, um, again, depending on your store size, you will see days with no sales or low sales. Sometimes the next day you'll have almost a record-breaking day. It's like eBay doesn't push traffic to your store one day and then they do the next, or very little traffic. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works, and no one on YouTube does either. So don't. If anyone ever says, "Hey, this is exactly how it works," I know the secrets, the back doors, they're lying. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. Remember when your parents told you that? That's a good saying to remember. If you remember anything from what your parents told you, that's probably a oh hello phone, a good one to remember. Um, no one knows everything about eBay. There's a lot of secrets around eBay that no one knows. Only the developers and the people in there really know. Um, they're not. They're going to do everything they can to keep proprietary information about their algorithm proprietary and inside. So, anyways, that's that on that, and that's that. So yeah. So I'm understanding, kind of how eBay does this stuff. Now, if you're selling 50 a day, maybe you had a 30 sales, only 30 sales, on a slow day. Like it's different at different levels. One thing I will say is the amount of activity I see in the first store, and we haven't listed anything in months, compared to the activity I see in the second store, it's almost the same. Now we're getting more sales in the second store than the first, but we are still getting sales in the first store. So having that large store, that plays a part in this whole thing of how to get impressions. Because my business partner and I were talking yesterday, and one of the things he said was, "Got to figure out how to drive more people to the store." And I said, "Well, the easiest way to do that is list more items." And maybe easiest isn't the right word because listing isn't easy, right? Not just work wise, but money wise. So the easiest way probably would be pricing. Have a really low price on your items. And then, right, you have the cheapest one on there, you're probably going to show up first or close to first most of the time. And there you go, items gone. So you have to weigh the balance between moving your item and profit margin. I can't get greedy in trying to get every penny out. And that's what happened before, right? With my first store, I'd be like, no, I want X for that item. And it's like there's so many items out there. Um, there's no reason to hang on to them. Like really, I mean, if you really wanted to think about it, you could say, let's just say you paid $5 for everything. We'll just use simple numbers. Everything in your store you paid $5 for, and with all your fees, it costs $7 total. So if you sold anything for over $7, you were making money. So you sold it for 10, you're making $3, right? Really, as long as you did that, you could just sell everything and it would sell super fast. But we get in this mentality of, oh my God, you can't be selling this item that's worth $30 for 15. And I'm guilty of this too, so I'm not pointing fingers, but we're like, oh, we got to have those home runs every now and then. They help pay the bills. And it would just be amazing, like, even for a week, if you accepted almost every offer. If you accepted every offer that was profitable for a week, I wonder what your store would be like. Maybe I should try that. That would be kind of interesting. And just to see what would happen. Oh, I got ideas. See, I've got a lot of ideas. I don't know that they're necessarily good ideas. I don't know. But you can see that we're down. So is this? This is actually 8 days, right? 3, 6, 7, 8 days. I don't know why they say past 7 days. I mean, technically it is the past 7 days, but it also includes today. So 8 divided by 18, what is that? 2.25? Where's my calculator? I don't know. That's right. 18 divided by 8. Yeah, 2.25. Told you I was good in math. Anyways, so we've dropped below a little bit. Now to make this experiment keep running, I have to sell 3 a day. 3 a day at $20 an item. I actually did go through and did a spreadsheet. Uh, pardon me. I did a spreadsheet, and on the spreadsheet I said at $20, I took a $20 transaction and looked at everything and wrote everything down. Wrote my equations so I can just plug in the numbers. But filter out my profit. This is the gross profit before cost of goods, right? So now I can look and I can say, okay, like if I did it at $20, excuse me, and found out my bottom line, and then I just thought, okay, now I know looking at something, okay, $20 in my head is what profit. Now think it's going to change a little bit, right? Because your fees are based on the total amount of the sale, and if it's going somewhere further, it's going to be a little more in shipping. But honestly, it's probably, I wouldn't even bet it's going to be $1 difference, right? Now, if it's a really heavy item, maybe it's $10 in shipping or something, like a really heavy coat. But I'm just talking about my most of my normal transactions. So now I can say, okay, for every $20, I know that I'm going to make about this much money. And so if an offer comes in a little above or below, I know, okay, here's about what I'm going to make in my head. And again, back to what I was mentioning a few minutes ago about accepting all offers that are profitable. I know really quickly now. Um, and I think I had done this once before, but I kind of forgot. So now I just have one simple, easy spreadsheet with maybe 10 lines, breaking out all the fees, all the different steps. And then bottom line, here's what you make before you cost of goods. So I like that. It's nice to see. It's nice to have. And it's just kind of nice to know when you're on your phone out and about, if I accept this offer, because what if someone offers me $20 and the item price is $29.99 or something? Should I take that? Well, people would say, how long have you had the item? And it's like, does that really matter? Do we want to take our $5 and turn it into 13 or whatever my number was? Actually, it's $6. My buy cost is about six, a little over six, like six and a couple pennies. And then, but if you can more than double that, so if you could take $6 and turn it into 13. So if someone was standing in front of you and they said, if you give me $6, I'll give you 13, you'd be like, yeah, of course. And they're like, I'll do it as many times as you want. You're like, yeah, of course. But when we get on eBay, we're like, I don't want to do that. because I don't know if I can find more items, but we do know we can find more items. There's thousands, millions, literally millions of good items to sell on eBay out there. So, and it's the same with me, right? It's not, I'm not pointing fingers. Like I said, it's just, it's hard to get past that mentality of, not knowing what the future is going to hold. You just got to trust the process and just say, okay, I'm going to get rid of this stuff. Just go, 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 go. So, anyways, I've been rambling on for 15 and a half minutes. So I think that's good for today. But appreciate everyone joining, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.